Welcome everybody to How Fast Will It Go, and today we're dealing with the 1955 Porsche 550 Spyder. Now this has 861 horsepower and 689 pounds-feet of torque from a twin turbocharged flat 6 engine, and the car itself weighs 1,699 pounds. It's still rear wheel drive and it can do 0 to 60 in 3.296 seconds and 0 to 100 in 5.955 seconds. So yeah, fairly quick in terms of acceleration, and even though it doesn't have the most power in this series, the fact it weighs very little will obviously help. And generally older cars like this have done pretty well on this series, because the 1960 Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato is still at the top of the leaderboard, but maybe this car can knock it off. It certainly has plenty of attributes going for it that suggest it might knock it off. So yeah, let's take it out there and see what it can do. Right, so this has plenty of good things going for it. Obviously, it's quite aerodynamic, it's extremely light, and it's got plenty more power than it had originally, around 8 times more. So hopefully it will be able to get to a higher rate of speed, but as you can see it does struggle as it gets going through the lower gears to gain traction. Hopefully that won't be much of a problem when we're going up top speed. Just kind of show the how aged this car is though. That despite me putting all the extra handling on it, with the tyres not being just wider but also way slicker and better suspension, etc. Still struggles to deal with all that power, which is no surprise. Only had 109, I think, when it was stock. So yeah, far more power than it had originally. Now, that's not to say this car was slow when it was originally came out, because 109 horsepower in a car that don't weigh all that much really is quite a fair bit. But here we go. Yeah, so we're already up to 220 mile an hour. There's 240, 250, 260. Beaten the Aston Martin DB4. It's 269. Kind of struggling with the bumps here. Car is lifting up in places. But I'm going to say 260 mile an hour, 9 mile an hour there. Because yeah, it did hit 270 briefly at a few points, but it was more consistently at 269 mile an hour. So I'm going to taste 269, which is still fairly impressive because it is the fastest car we've had on this series so far. It's 4 mile an hour quicker than the Aston Martin DB4, and it's a good 14 mile an hour quicker than the Alfa Romeo Montreal. So yeah, that is fairly impressive, especially considering this is the second oldest car we've had on this series. Only the Maserati Pininfarina from 1953 is older than this, and this was 19 mile an hour quicker than that car. So yeah, really rather impressed with this car, and yeah, even though it did have a little bit of trouble keeping the power and in control on the straight, and certainly in terms of keeping the car itself down instead of lifting up in the air, it was still able to hold that 269 mile an hour speed fairly consistently, and yeah, a bit more consistent than other cars, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.